Gentlemen, to Lucca Comics and Games Convention. Welcome back to the ESL Cathedral, the Church of Overwatch at the moment. On the screen right now you're seeing our lovely Italian host, but you're joining us here on the secondary screen. Let's go over to us over here. I am Josh, one amongst many Pemberton. That is Max, totally futile Benson from the Cynical Nerds, and we are bringing you all the action here from Lucca in Italy. How are you feeling today, Max?
I'm feeling pretty good. It's been a fun day. Today's been a little bit better than yesterday. We've got a little bit longer breaks. Yesterday we only really had 10-minute breaks between every game, whereas this time we get a nice little half-an-hour break between each of the rounds. So it means I've got some time to sit down, gather my thoughts,
relax
relax
and enjoy this beautiful venue. Hopefully we get a shot of the venue here on the main screen. As you see the team approaching it, we have the second semi-final for you today. If you don't understand quite what's going on, if you are just joining us, we have basically brought 8 pros out here to Lucca. Each of them gets assigned 5 players from the convention themselves. There's Too Easy at the background with his team. He looks ready to go. A little bit nervous actually from Too Easy, although I imagine he's feeling pretty calm. He's faced tougher opponents than what he's going to go up against here with Carnifex, one of the top Italian players. There we go. Now he looks nice and comfortable on the stage.
Oh yes, and Carnifex is also a hit scan player, just like Too Easy is too. So this should be an interesting matchup. Although it's been strange to see what happens. Although these pros like to play these heroes, often the DPS role needs to be supported by a team that understands how to give them the space they need to do what they need to do. And so a lot of the time we've seen these pros playing Zarya, playing Roadhog, playing heroes that are traditionally known for carrying solo queue. However, they have now drafted these teams themselves, and I know for a fact that Too Easy has picked himself up a Zarya player, so it's unlikely to see Too Easy on the Zarya this time.
Yeah, exactly. What we saw before with Too Easy was, well, I was super excited. I was hoping he'd bring out some Widowmaker, some hit scan that he's known for, but he knew that his team didn't have a Zarya, and you kind of require a Zarya in the current meta, so you kind of need one. But now, because he had a chance to redraft his team for the semi-final here, going up against Carnifex, the man on your screen at the moment. Excuse me a second. There we go. We saw that, well, Too Easy picked himself up a Zarya player, and now he's free to basically play the DPS that he's known for, and hopefully, in my heart of hearts, I really want to see that Widowmaker coming out.
Yes, Josh is a huge Widowmaker fan, and in the bus on the way over here, I was talking to Too Easy, and I told him that Josh is a huge Widowmaker fan, and asked him if he could possibly bring it out for us today, just to make Josh happy. Exactly. And he did say he would try, but it is going to be map dependent, so there are only a few maps where Widowmaker is going to be viable, so we'll have to wait and see what the map pool is.
On your screen for a second, there were our lovely Italian casters. If you do speak the Italian language and want to go and see it in the Italian language, do go check them out at ESL_IT, and they will be bringing you all the action in Italian. They're brilliant guys, they're brilliant casters. I definitely recommend going and checking it out if you haven't heard it. Just go and listen to it for a few minutes when the game starts. I won't feel too bad as long as you come back to us to listen to us waffle on about the game with the passion, the zeal, that everything you expect out of the Italian language. It's absolutely wonderful to listen to.
Definitely, and I must say it's actually quite amusing sat where I am right now, because I can see the Italian casters on one of our other screens, and the Italian people are very much known for talking with their hands, big hand movement, big hand gestures while they're talking. They're doing this right now, but at the same time I can see Josh, and he's almost like trying to emulate what is going on. It's getting under his skin.
I do it myself a lot, even when I'm sat at home making a video. So if you guys don't know, I do a lot of Overwatch content on YouTube. Even when I'm sitting at home doing a video, just to get that a little bit of extra emotion in, I do actually gesticulate. Like that's literally what I do.
It is true. If you start getting energetic with what you're doing, you're going to put that energy does come through in your voice and in what you're saying. In fact, when we're casting the games here, we do actually stand up ourselves, because it gives us that little bit of extra energy that we can then channel into the cast.
Yeah, and here we see on the stage, teams looking ready to go and prepared. Hopefully we can get a peek on if they are in the lobby or not and see how ready we are to go. There's a beautiful venue. Like, there's just no joking here. It's just wonderful. I can't believe it. You walked in here, and when we walked in here like 2 nights ago to see the venue very quickly, we were both jaw to the floor. And here we do have the map pick. So Temple of Anubis is going to be setting us up, followed by Route 66 and finishing on Hollywood if we need to finish out that best of 3.
Yeah, this is a little bit disappointing. There's no real big Widowmaker maps here. Route 66 is a possibility.
And Anubis as well could be. Like, there's a good offensive Widowmaker angle that you can come in from. If you can get set up there, if you can find the picks, she could be a big factor on Temple of Anubis.
Yeah,
so
these are much more outside ideas for areas to play Widowmaker on, like than the more traditional, like King's Row is one where she is particularly strong. Even now, admittedly, you don't see her in the top level of play just because she is a lot weaker than she used to be. However, in this setup, I think they could feel comfortable enough to do that. However, unfortunately, we may see it on Route 66, but it's unlikely.
Still, I can't wait to see what Too Easy brings out. And of course, Carnifex knows that yourself. Yes, we're going straight into the map. So if you aren't familiar, if you just joined us here at the broadcast, we do run these little tutorial videos because we are here at a games and comics convention. Everyone in the crowd might not be completely familiar with Overwatch. I imagine everyone out there in Twitch chat, for example, knows exactly what's going on. But it's nice to also see the maps in their like pre-beta state.
Yeah, it's exciting. I like the fact that Tracer gets to take us around. Obviously, the poster girl for Overwatch there, taking us through all the different checkpoints of the map, or should I say objectives, as this is a 2-point capture map. They're objectives, not checkpoints like they are on payloads.
So let's talk a little bit about Temple of Anubis. Temple of Anubis, the most popular of the 2 control point maps in the pro scene at the moment. It's my personal favorite as well. I love watching matches on this map. They can be very dynamic, very dramatic. There's a lot of attack angles on each of the points, and so you end up with these very dramatic finishes. That said, the only real major downside, and this is kind of true for a lot of the 2 control point maps I feel, is that the respawn time is so super short that if you don't get a decisive win on that second point, it can really drag out into a huge overtime brawl, and that's when you'd probably hear me casting running out of breath.
I'm going to say something a little bit controversial here.
Ooh.
I personally actually prefer Hanamura as my favorite 2-point capture map. Let the hate flow. All right, let's start by taking a look at the defending side. That is going to be Too Easy's team, and where we have Nico, or
Nichiko.
Nichiko.
That's what I go with.
Nichiko, I think that's perfectly accurate. I think Nichiko there on the Lucio, Gosin on Reinhardt, Lethal Vector on the Zarya, Peepo on the Roadhog. We saw some great play from Peepo earlier today, so we'll see if we can do some more. Too Easy himself is on one of his own carry heroes. He is on the Genji, and then we got Meta94 rounding it out on the Ana.
And meanwhile, Carnifex has Tartex on his team. We've seen him play before earlier today as well. He did some good action there. Fighter is a player that we've heard of before, one of the Italian semi-pros who's turned up to the event today as well. Putt on the Lucio once more, Dynamond on the Reinhardt, Crystal Gecko on these areas, done good work on Zarya so far today, and Carnifex running at the team on the Reaper. So running that dangerous Beyblade combo with the Reaper and Nano Boost, getting 300 damage per second with the Death Blossom. Team goes straight up the middle, no one's stopping them, they're just going straight through the small choke. Is anyone actually going to stop them pushing forward here? It looks like Peepo is trying to drop down, trying to fish someone out from the back. We do have Too Easy going in with the Genji as well, able to get a lot of damage done. Peepo finishes off a kill there, getting rid of Tartex. The team's actually getting a little bit stuck here, has to be careful. There goes Too Easy, just running in, does a little bit of damage, but wisely backs out, doesn't want to get too close into that brawl here, and doesn't want to get drawn into that tiny little room where he could go down rather quickly.
Definitely, with that McCree down, that is a lot of their range damage. They are in a bit of an awkward position. There's no way they're going to be able to get the McCree back to them, but that sleep could mean big things.
That sleep was absolutely huge. Here comes the Reinhardt charge as well, and down goes Too Easy. The charge picks him up and gives Carnifex a huge opening here to advance forward. Gets rid of one tank. There's the Nano Boost as well. Second tank goes down. Carnifex picked himself up a double kill, triple kill for Carnifex. Can he run it out with the fourth and final? There we go. Zarya goes down, and the point is theirs in pretty decisive fashion.
Wow, it was looking so awkward for Carnifex's attacking side there, but they managed to turn it around. That sleep dart was absolutely massive. It gave them the opening they needed to get in there, and it looks like they may even be trying to snowball it onto the next point.
Yeah, absolutely. That's one thing with these 2 control point maps. When you have that momentum, you can start advancing forward so quickly and so aggressively. Too Easy just poking his nose out there, doing a little bit of damage and backing off. He does have a Dragon Blade available at the very least, and will be able to deflect a lot of the damage that's going to come out of Carnifex as they do set up here to go for the second point. This is a typical route that you see them take, where they go around this side. It gives them a lot of different paths that they can go through, gives them a lot of different angles. It means that they don't get caught too much in the choke point. Looks like they're ready to go though. Looks like they're setting up for the fight. There's a good splash grenade, but does actually get blocked there by Gosin's shield. Brought it up just in time to stop that going through. Dynamo now forcing the issue, going to the point. There's a graviton surge on the point as well. Carnifex gets 1 kill, but he's forced into the back line right now. No one else has quite gone down yet. Just Peepo so far. Sleep dart going out, doesn't quite hit anyone, but there we go. Carnifex with the Nano Boost, picks himself up a quadra kill. Kills absolutely everyone. It's a disaster so far for Too Easy's team, and it looks like they're going to lose the points just about immediately.
Wow, absolutely huge Death Blossom from there. He had it before they even went into that fight, so he held on to it for quite a bit of time there, saving it for the opportune moment, and man, did he make it count.
That was such a fast take for Carnifex's team. Oh my lord, they just devastated there. They set up that Ana so quickly. They got the Death Blossom set up so quickly as well. They just completely snowballed that fight. And the Ana on Carnifex's team definitely knew exactly what she was doing. She was planning things out, setting herself up, and getting Carnifex where he needed to be and getting that damage out there to kill off these tanks as soon as possible.
All right, let's talk a little bit about what Too Easy's going to do now. That was a very quick, very decisive first 2-point capture. They've still got 6 minutes left on the clock. That is quite a lot of time. Too Easy's got a lot to do to keep up with this time.
Yeah, what I can predict here that might be happening, and yes, please, Too Easy, please, Too Easy, stick on that Widowmaker, look for a couple of quick picks. I want to see it. I really want to see it, and I hope he brings it out here. Although he is going to be running into a triple tank lineup, it's not necessarily the most ideal thing for Widowmaker unless you can actually fish that target out. But there he is, he's flashing the Widowmaker. I imagine he's taunting me with that, and then probably going to swap onto something else.
He might very well be. He might
completely.
very well be. Like you said, you really don't want to be picking the Widowmaker into a triple tank lineup because while she'll be able to get some damage in, she won't be able to get any kills, and then she's just giving away free ultimate charge to the enemy Ana, to the enemy Lucio, while all she's doing is giving her team a wall hack, which of course does give her team a small advantage, but nothing compared to the power of an Ana ult or a Lucio sound barrier.
It looks like it might be sticking on it, and I really, really hope he does so. Too Easy was one of the best Widowmakers around, especially when he was on form. He was definitely sort of one of the highlights of early days of Reunited, for example, getting a lot of kills on that, and featuring in most of Reunited's highlight videos especially. So he's one of the people who really pioneered, for example, that Widowmaker jump shot that's become so common these days, and there he's flaunting. He's flaunting. It's kind of
a lovely close-up there.
It's kind of a wrong skin
beautiful
for that close-up, but yeah, I can appreciate certainly that view that he's given us there. But it looks like also Carnifex's team setting up with a triple tank lineup, going to be looking for a lot of value with that Ana ult on probably the Reinhardt. Maybe put it on Carnifex as well. His hit scan definitely good enough, perhaps, to get a huge amount of value there.
Definitely, definitely. Well, he is sticking on the Widowmaker. There is no change. And let's see if he can actually get any picks. Although, like I say, triple tank behind a Reinhardt barrier. I don't have high hopes for this.
There we go. He launches into the air, lands a headshot onto the Roadhog. That's a good start for Too Easy there. A lot of damage going in immediately. Caught a little bit out of position, though. The rest of his team's gone through. He's going to have to retreat, pick up the health, wave, give us a little wave. Can he find any more picks? As the rest of his team will be a big diversion force on the sidelines. Looking to see those red lines come through and just snipe someone out from the back line, but no, Crystal Gecko gets first blood here, takes down the Reinhardt, and that's going to give Carnifex's team a big lineup. Crystal Gecko dropping dangerously low though, but Carnifex still answering with even more damage. Pippo going down, and I think Too Easy might be the first one to swap here.
Yeah, I think Too Easy's going to go back and swap. From that position there, he had good line of sight onto their back lines, but he wasn't able to take any of them out. It was too difficult with them juking in and out of those pillars, so he couldn't land any terminal damage.
Yeah, can he find any way to get past this Reinhardt barrier? Sometimes these Reinhardts who aren't quite at pro level, they do seem try to drop their barrier every now and then, maybe get a fire strike off, and during that time, someone as good as Too Easy could find a snipe. But no, he's gone back to spawn, and he swapped onto the Roadhog, and I don't blame him. It might be a little bit better here, it might be a little bit strong here as the teams do start setting up. Goes in, having a little bit of a nap there, but no one's really there to deal any real damage into him, so he's just perfectly fine. Absorbs a little bit of damage there, but goes straight into the side passage. What DPS can they find? As they advance forward to the mid ground, the hook goes through, doesn't quite find anyone, trying to fish someone out here. That's at the barrier for Ghost in. It's actually very low already. Dynamo with the nano boost. Can he find the targets? Can he find the kills? Down everyone goes as well in the back line. He's saved though at the last minute by Too Easy, using that hook to stun him up. Sound barrier also keeping everyone alive. Crystal Gecko gets the first kill in this fight, but so far it's actually been fairly bloodless considering there's been a nano boost of Reinhardt in the middle of everyone. You expect even more to come out. Pippo gets one kill. There's a beautiful Graviton surge, but it might be too little too late. The follow-up just isn't there as Pippo trying to get around the back. Does get the death blossom though. Gets a double kill for himself. He's just cleaned up and saved the fight. Can he get to the point and start capping it?
I think so. He's going to get on here. He's got a good chance to at least get 1/3 here before they can reinforce. Is there anybody around to stop them? No, there's still the McCree out there to the side, but this is not a good place for that McCree to be.
Yeah, Carnifex. They're trying to duel a Reaper who's behind a Reinhardt barrier. Not quite going to go well. Pippo just cleans that up nice and easy for him as the team doesn't move on to the point. Still, it's been slower than Carnifex's team. Carnifex's team basically did that in a single push. That was a bit slow. They got a bit confused, a bit lost in the way, but they just built up and managed to do a really decisive push. Yeah, Too Easy's team really, really need to go aggro now. They really need to take this point in good time to compete with Carnifex's 6 minutes in the bank.
Definitely, they need to get on there because there is a good chance they can stall them out themselves. However, they do need to get some good time on the clock themselves. Pippo there doing some great work, helping his team get that first objective. Let's see if he can do the same thing again now on objective B.
Yeah, and what is set up in the tank here as well. Carnifex has a huge amount on his side ready to go. They have the Graviton Surge, for example, and the danger of coming through this flank is the team just all groups up, they all grab together. Wouldn't be surprised to see the Graviton Surge come out any second now. Just swoop everyone together. There it is, catches most of the team. There's a hook coming through for Too Easy though, he just baited it out. Carnifex gets a good high noon off, gets 2 kills on the back of that, but Too Easy with a super fast kill here does still have a lot of damage coming out, landing those juicy right clicks, but still there might just not be enough. Does fish out Crystal Gecko, he should go down in good time. No, he had to reload. There we go with the whole hog though, knocking everyone back, but it might be too little too late here as it's just him and Zarya on the sideline. They need to get out.
Yeah, they need to bug out, they need to get back, they need to find the rest of their team, otherwise they are just going to get mowed down here. Zarya has got a little bit caught, and she's not able to get out, and they're pushing further forward.
Carnifex goes down there, fished out by Too Easy, so the pro team advantage is on Too Easy's side as one pro is alive, of course the other one is knocked down, but that said, can they capitalize before Carnifex respawns and comes back from the spawn? Of course, Anubis, it's so close.
It is, and also Anubis is, like most of these two-point capture maps, it is incredibly difficult to take this second point. Often if you don't get that big snowbally cap off the back of the first cap, it's very, very difficult to push in here in good time.
Dynamite going in with the nano boost, but Pippo going in with the nano boost of his own with the Blade combo, the composition, sorry, paying off there as Pippo gets into the backline, picks up a triple kill for himself, gets so much damage done, finally takes down Anna as well. This is looking really good for 2EZ's team. I think there's just a Reaper left on the point. There we go, Tartex come out, lands the hook, but doesn't land the kill shot, just instantly goes for the whole hog instead, goes down immediately, and it looks like 2EZ's team have managed to secure it. Still, they're at a 2-minute disadvantage going forward, and 2 minutes is all Carnifex needed the first time.
Definitely, I mean 2 minutes could be a big difference. However, there is more than the possibility of 2EZ stalling out Carnifex on this next round. There's no reason why they couldn't do the exact same thing that Carnifex just did to 2EZ, slowing them down just a little bit. These teams feel very evenly matched right now.
Absolutely, as teams do set up, I'm going to be curious to see if we see any changes in the picks, any changes to how they approach it. It looks like Carnifex is sticking to what he knows so far, what he knows works at the moment, which is using that Reaper and Anna combo, the Beyblade as it's become known. It's a reference, from what I understand, to an early 2000s anime. It's about spinning tops that cut things up. That's as far as I know what a Beyblade is.
Don't look at me, I watched Akira.
Okay, that's pretty old school as far as I know. I don't know, I wasn't a big anime nerd myself, but that's where Beyblade comes from. Reaper goes in, spinning like a top, and kills absolutely everything if he can get that combo to work. And it definitely looks like his team is slightly more coordinated in doing just that. They're really good at building up that Anna ult, getting Carnifex in the right place, and capitalizing.
Well, Pippo definitely seems to be the standout player at the moment. Carnifex has some pretty incredible plays himself on Reaper, but Pippo has been keeping up with him with some great plays of his own, and they're now going to go head-to-head, Reaper on Reaper, and let's see what they can get done. Although this time 2EZ is sticking with the Roadhog.
Yeah, I certainly don't blame him. Went for a couple of picks here, but I think Carnifex's team is just a little bit too solid, a little bit too experienced to just fall for that and sort of poke out and just get, full prey to a couple of these Widowmaker picks, especially in the tank meta that we're in right now. And these players have actually seemed to instruct their teams that, hey, yeah, let's play towards the tank meta. 2EZ advancing forward with the Roadhog, gets some early damage out. The hook comes out from Tartex, doesn't actually manage to find anything. Just a little bit too long, even though, that's a weird thing to say about Roadhog's hooks so far, considering how many have just gone around corners that it seemed to extend at the last second. But a lot of good damage coming out of 2EZ here, right into the barrier. It's looking like Dynamon's barrier going low, and oh my lord, he's fishing out Carnifex. This is a huge opportunity for 2EZ to start pushing in immediately. Reinhardt barrier goes down, Pippo getting an easy kill on Dynamon. The hook goes in, doesn't actually manage to find anyone in that big group, but this is looking so good right now for 2EZ on the point.
Wow, that hook fishing out Carnifex was all they needed to just start the pain train rolling through. And there we go, Crystal Gecko is going down too. There's only the Lucio left, and he's no problem at all to this 6-man team standing on the point. Can they snowball this into a really quick double cap in order to even it out quite a bit?
And 2EZ having a little bit of a sit down for himself. He did a lot of work in that fight. I don't blame him. I might be a little bit tuckered out there after getting all those big kills. So having a little bit of a rest before advancing forward while the point does get catch. And it's looking really good for them moving into the next fight. They're going to have the Anna ult available. They're going to have 2EZ almost pretty much available with the whole hog, and they're going to have a Graviton Surge in the tank as well. Meanwhile, Carnifex looking a little bit far behind. They do have Fight already, though, with the Nano Boost, and Dynamon, of course, going to be looking to do a lot with that Shadow. It seems to start to set up in their position.
Definitely. Let's see what they can do in here. They're pushing in on the left-hand side, but that Reinhardt barrier is just about to break, and theirs is still pretty much undamaged.
Yeah, absolutely. They're setting up super well. I mean, this is the danger when you have Reaper and Roadhog on the enemy team. They can just shatter those barriers so quickly, and down it goes. There's a beautiful Earthshatter. Manages to get so many people. Down goes Carnifex immediately. The counter Earthshatter comes out, catches just about everyone, but Ghostin is just killing absolutely everyone in the backline. 2EZ doesn't even need to do anything. Pippo is killing everyone. Ghostin is killing everyone. 2EZ is knocking people back and securing the point for his own team.
That is the decisive team wipe that you need to take one of these points. Although a Tracer is coming out to stall things down, and a Lucio too, but he is hooked in. Although the Tracer is still doing some work, but Carnifex does eventually go down. But I think we're going to get some more stalling out here as we have a Mei doing what Mei does on the point and making everybody very angry.
Yeah, Mei's coming out now just to stall it a little bit longer. Of course, the support's the stalling tactics come out in a big way here. We do see Pippo with that nano boost, but doesn't manage to find the targets. Mage is putting a wall up, saying, no, you don't get to do that to us. As time is being bought here, they are dribbling in one by one. They're not really doing anything decisive, but they're buying themselves so much time. Although the hook comes in, fishes out Fighter, I think it was, in the side there. It might have been Carnifex even getting hooked there and gets taken down. There we go. We have the Reinhardt coming back with Crystal Gecko, but it just gets shot in the back by Roadhog. Down he goes, and there we go. 2EZ takes the point, but a nice little bit of time bought there by Carnifex's team.
Definitely, they managed to stall out very well. They were never going to take that back against a team like this, where they were playing very well together, very concise, dealing with everything that kept coming in. However, because of the staggered rate of those spawn times, they were able to buy quite a bit of time there.
Absolutely. Still a lot to play for right here. Carnifex has so much time on his side right now just to steal Tracer's tagline. And it's looking really good for his team. That first assault that they did was so strong. But still, they're going to be setting up on attack right now. So let's have a look at the defense right now. What are they running? What has been changed up? Too Easy deciding to pick up the McCree.
Interesting. Well, Too Easy is known as an incredibly good McCree player. We are yet to see him play it on this stage, I believe. We haven't seen Too Easy pick up McCree yet, have we?
I don't think so. The thing with Too Easy was we didn't get to see him at all yesterday. He got knocked out in the first round. Of course, if you are just joining us and are a bit confused about what's going on, we will be running the same tournament tomorrow, starting at about 11 o'clock Central European time. So you can try and convert that into whatever you want. It's 10 o'clock British time, I know that, which means it's about 2 a.m. in California time, off the top of my head. So it's a very late night or very early morning for Americans if you do want some light-hearted Overwatch action.
Well, definitely I will be back here and I will be enjoying myself very much. Carnifex seems to be sticking with the Reaper this time for the offensive Reaper. Oh, hang on. Yeah, that is right. The offensive Reaper we got coming out. Sorry, mildly confused because I'm trying to work out what's going on with the audio right now.
Hopefully we should get that fixed for you. I think that's the wrong thing to change.
Yeah.
Like with you?
Yeah.
So avoid changing, fiddling with that one too much. Just said things go weird in my ears. Don't worry too much about it though, as the team does start to jockey for position. Damage coming out on both Reinhardt barriers is just soaking up on either side, but the team does make it safely through. Can they replicate what Too Easy managed though, with so much damage coming through the Reaper, the Roadhog dealing so much damage to the barrier? It looks like actually an early advantage going immediately though to Too Easy's side in terms of Reinhardt barrier health, although it looks like Ghostin might be keeping his barrier up a little bit too long. They might be dropping a little bit low there. Carnifex also dropping dangerously low here. We see Pippo trying to range into the backline, for example, trying to find what damage he can. Duels against Carnifex, but does go down. That said, a beautiful Earthshatter does come in here from Ghost, and he's swinging away left, right, and center, killing absolutely everything in there. And Too Easy's team with a very strong early hold.
Wow, when Pippo came in with the failed flank from behind there and just went down straight away, I honestly thought that was going to be game over for Too Easy's team, and I thought Carnifex was going to push through, but no, Too Easy was standing there with the McCree, hitting those headshots, killing everybody and saying, you ain't getting through while I'm still alive.
And Too Easy's team has so much in the tank right now. We see Carnifex actually swapping off of that Reaper. Instead, they're opting for a more dive-oriented comp. They've got the Winston, they've got the Genji instead, so they're going to be going hard right into the middle of the team. But Too Easy stood on the back line. It says it's high noon. He takes out that Gorilla in a single shot. Beautifully done there. Carnifex actually stalling for time, trying to juke back, but does get cleaned up by Pippo. Pippo doing such good job on Too Easy's side. He's been playing so well throughout this entire tournament. Definitely one of the standout players from the convention floor, and it's looking real solid for Too Easy right now. This is so much better than what they had the first time round.
Excellent. Fantastic positioning from Too Easy there. He knew he had his high noon, so he took himself right to the very back, so he was out of the way, so it'd be very difficult for the attacking Carnifex team to deal with him, where he's safe place to pop his high noon. He only got one target, but it was one big, chunky 500 health target that made a huge difference, and then he started popping off shots from his safe space.
Absolutely. And I do hear occasionally people saying, yeah, the static camera is very saturated. Yeah, we see that too, unfortunately. We can't change that. That said, Fighter going in with the nano boost on the Winston. That's actually a lot of reliable damage, a lot of simple damage coming out of him that should be able to find this Anna, but Anna just keeps herself alive throughout all of it. Eventually does go down, but that's after the nano boost is worn off. Zambaré now keeping everyone alive. Meanwhile, in the back, Lethal Vector, I think that's meant to be Lethal Vector, but he might have misspelled it there when he corrected his account, is dealing so much damage, and everyone's just staying alive. There's just not enough damage to finish everyone off, and Too Easy is killing people left, right, and center. His team is just killing faster, and that's what really matters.
Well, yeah, it's just they're pushing in every time. They're pushing in, and they're just not getting any kills. It's one of those frustrating moments when you know you're sitting there. Usually you end up being the Reinhardt, so of course it's everyone else on your team's fault and not your fault, but you're standing there with your shield up and everyone on your team is dying and no one on their team is dying. It can be very frustrating to deal with.
What could be absolutely huge in this coming fight is Crystal Gecko is ready to go with the Graviton Surge. Carnifex has his Dragon Blade at the ready as well. If you catch everyone in that, could be huge damage. But we see Too Easy setting up here in the back line. No one's going to be able to stop this high noon coming out. The only thing that's going to really try and stop it is Carnifex trying to block it back, and he does manage to do it. He deflected and killed Too Easy with his own ultimate, then going in with the Dragon Blade, picks himself up a quadra kill off the back of that Carnifex with the outplay, capping the point for his team.
Wow, absolutely amazing from Carnifex there. Do you know what he said? He said, I'm sick of this. I'm going on to Genji. I'm not getting anything done with this Reaper. I'm going to show Too Easy how Genji should be played. He comes out and he outplays him on the McCree, sending his own high noon shot right back into his face.
That was absolutely beautiful by Carnifex. I thought he might be stuck in the animation where you're trying to draw your sword and you can't actually pull out the deflect into be finished with that animation, I do believe, but he managed to get it out just in time, managed to get the deflect. There's a beautiful hook coming in as well. There goes the nano boost, just going straight into the fight. Does have the Earth Shatter, does land it on the Lucio, so the Lucio should be cleaned up and no problem at all. Looks like a counter Earth Shatter has come out from the other side though, so Dynamo buying some time for his team. Pippo gets the nano boost, picks himself up a triple kill, and there we go, the Beyblade spinning through the team, gets himself a quadra kill, in fact, and too easy to cleaning up at the back line, getting rid of Carnifex.
Wow, that was incredibly entertaining to watch. So much was used to counter that Reinhardt nano boost. It was absolutely incredible. Just one ability after the other chained into one another, so he just couldn't get anything done. It was just sleep into hook into charge. Nothing could get done. Absolutely beautiful to watch.
Excellent stuff there. And Lethal Vector, I love saying that name just because I'm sure it's a typo in his name and it's hilarious to me. But Lethal Vector is ready with the Graviton Surge, so we'll be looking to catch everyone. And if they do come through this angle that is such a danger of having your entire team caught up in it, and against a team like 2EZ's, where you do have the Roadhog, you have the Reaper, there's so much damage that's going to be slammed into Reinhardt's barrier that it could go down. That's a Carnifex with a quick pick on Pippo. This might give them the opening they need. Dynamo charging in, the hook follows him, doesn't actually manage to find him, but actually no, Dynamo managed to get rid of the Ana, so no nano boost coming out in this fight. This is looking real good now. There's the Graviton Surge catches up 4 people, but there's no DPS left to follow through. We see Pippo coming from the spawn. Can he make it to the fight in time? And he's only on 50% of his ultimate as well. He might be caught out a bit on his own. Does dodge the hook, but doesn't dodge the right click from Fighter, and he's eliminated in good time. This is looking real good right now for Carnifex.
It is, however, the kills have been staggered a little bit, and they may be able to do some delaying of their own right now, but he's keeping them off the point. No, they cannot get on there.
This is such an intense game. This has been so good between these two teams. They look fairly evenly matched so far. It looked really good for Carnifex at first, but 2EZ's team definitely bringing it back in that sort of 4th round, I do believe we're in so far. Of course, this is how the 2 control point maps work sometimes. They can be incredibly fast-paced. These teams do take points pretty reliably now with how well they're coordinated. And these teams have actually got to know each other somewhat as well. A lot of these players have been drafted for the same team again and again and again. So some of these professionals getting to know some of these players from the community.
Definitely, definitely. And I am so glad that this game happened, because it has been absolutely fantastic. It has been edge-of-the-seat stuff all the way through, and we've come down to this. We're going to have Carnifex attacking again because they do have the less time left on the clock. However, it is 1 minute 27 to 1 minute 56. That's only a 30 seconds difference. They could get a lot done here.
I mean, being fair, like 30 seconds, yeah, is generally considered about one team fight. It's kind of a messy team fight. I generally assign about 40 seconds per team fight, just in terms of setup and execution. Then after that, you're going to start eating into that overtime. 30 seconds if you can really rush out the team fight and be coordinated, but with the nature of these teams, with the fact that they've just formed from the convention, I'm actually just going to take that 40 seconds per each team fight. So definitely a little bit of an edge going to EZ's team here, as we do see him setting up for the defense. It looks like they're going with exactly what they went with before, taking the McCree. Carnifex going back to the Reaper.
No, definitely. He did so much work on that McCree, did 2EZ. He should stay on it. It was only when that Genji came in and managed to deflect a high noon, which I'm going to be honest, is not something you're going to see that often. I'm sure Carnifex knows that too, which is why he's gone back to the Reaper here as well. Although we may see the surprise Genji switch again.
Yeah, I really do hope that someone goes back and finds the clip for that beautiful, beautiful play from Carnifex. Like, that was a real highlight moment to me, where he's just dashed in the air, he's jumped super high in the air and deflects the bullet, kills 2EZ down. It's absolutely wonderful. And oh my god, the read! Carnifex knew that Pippo went around the flank last time, just waited for him, slammed in a ton of damage, and now Pippo can't afford to do that, and now he's out of position as well. The barrier's instantly gone down as well. This is a great opportunity for Carnifex to get a lot of damage done. Does get rid of the Reinhardt, but Pippo catches him out, just returns the favor to him, slams him in the face with a Hellfire shotgun, and removes the enemy Reaper. That said, looks like Carnifex's team is starting to push forward. They're starting to make their way into this middle ground. 2EZ shelling from the rear, but it's not quite getting much done as the Reinhardt barrier is still up there. That said, can Pippo find a way in? It looks like they haven't actually got any way to sort of force the fight, and it looks like it's given time for Carnifex's team to just regroup, heal up, and Tartex is ready to go with that nano boost.
Oh, the hook from downtown, that was absolutely devastating, and that has opened up this fight. Taking 2EZ out on the McCree is going to allow them to push onto the objective.
And Dynamon getting himself a good double kill there. Can Pippo actually turn it back though? No! Dynamon says no. Fire strikes the ulting Reaper, gets rid of him, and it's looking like another fast cap for Carnifex's team. Now the question is, can they snowball this into the second one? Can they actually get rid of this Lucio? Yes, there we go. Dynamon puts an end to that, and then the spray with the oops, beautiful. Now such an accident. Sorry, Lucio, my hand slipped and I crushed you under our rocket hammer.
Well, sometimes the mistakes are made. That was a great fight, a very extended fight that started off with an amazing read from Carnifex. If we weren't at a LAN, I would have accused him of a wall hack there, because that was incredible.
very well played there. Now, Too Easy does actually have the High Noon ready as well. He's been so effective with positioning with that as well, just trying to bait people in. It looks like Carnifex's team going through the side angle. That could open them up to being Graviton Surges and held in place for Too Easy to get that easy snipe. Too Easy in such a good position here. There's the High Noon. There's the Graviton Surge, though. Everyone's sort of knocked out of position for it, but they're moving forward for it. There's the Earth Shadow. Too Easy gets a double kill. Looking for the triple here. Carnifex getting stunned out. Has to juke away. We're about to tick into overtime as well. No one's on the point just yet. I think they just about managed to make it on there, but they've been cleaned up super fast, and it looks like, yes, Too Easy has managed to secure it. So all Too Easy has to do is basically, well, go 1 point up, and he's got 2 minutes to do it in.
Definitely 2 minutes. It could all happen, although it is going to be difficult. It's going to be very close here. Absolutely fantastic play once again from Too Easy at the end there, with once again perfect positioning, reading the incoming team, coming in on the right-hand side, positioning himself as far back with good sight lines on the left, so he was safe and able to get off that Deadeye, getting 2 kills for it in the end, but that was more than enough to let his team destroy the other team and then deal with Carnifex right at the end.
So for those of you guys watching at home, basically Too Easy has to take both points now to win the map. If he doesn't take both points, I believe the map will go to a tie. And in that case, I have no idea what is going to happen. I don't mind admitting that to you guys at home. But so we'll see what happens if they do end up tying here on the 2 control point map. What normally happens in events like this is that we keep playing onwards to do the other 2 maps and then see if we need to do some kind of tiebreaker just to figure out who the actual winner is.
Well, we'll just get Carnifex and Too Easy on stage and have them play rock, paper, scissors. It's fine. No problem. No problem. That'll decide it. I'm sure they'll all be happy with that. Nobody will be mad. Nobody will be upset in any way at all. It'll be almost like the old sudden death, basically.
Oh, yeah. It just depends on, if you get attack or defense. Who remembers Season 1? I certainly do, and I certainly have bad dreams about it. Let's have a look at these teams, though. Is there any big changes coming out? It looks like there's not too much changing here right now. Too Easy going back on that Roadhog. He was so effective with it before. And Pippo, of course, taking the Reaver. Pippo's been playing super well so far. And also, like, Gosin's been playing well. And Dynamond also doing a good job on these Reinhardts from the show floor here in Lucca. It's been nice to see.
Definitely. And we've been seeing some fantastic Reinhardt play out of both players here. Although someone has been a little bit understated in this game has been Crystal Gecko. We've seen some fantastic things out of him from earlier in the tournament, but not too much in these games.
Oh my god, the hook comes through. Too Easy managed to fish out the Reinhardt. That's going to leave him very vulnerable to this Reaper's damage and the Roadhog's damage coming in. There's so much hurt going into that room. There's anti-healing going on. Ghost swinging away. Gets rid of Dynamond. Advantage going immediately to, and Crystal Gecko goes down in no time at all. This isn't so good for Too Easy. This is the fight that they need and they want it. If they can kill this quickly, if they can take the point quickly, that gives them plenty of time to try and get to the second point. Carnifex surviving a little bit longer. Doesn't pick up the large health pack on the way out, though. Drops super low and gets deleted by the right click.
Wow, big misstep from Carnifex there. I think he really needed to grab that health pack if he had any chance of getting away, and I think I might be becoming a gigantic Too Easy fanboy. That fadeaway hook on the enemy Roadhog was absolutely beautiful, and I could watch that again.
Yeah, absolutely. Too Easy is one of these players that I think if you want to get into Overwatch, you want to say who's an exciting player to watch, Too Easy is definitely one of them. He's also just a funny guy as well if you do watch him. He does love to give a bit of banter in the chat and is actually quite well known for, tilting teams every so often. Quite famously, he managed to tilt pretty much all of Cloud9 by just typing world record after a very fast pace on Numbani. I remember that wonderfully and it's absolutely beautiful. He's a bit of character, but he's also a super nice guy. He's very, very different in real life than you would expect. Very mature, very professional, and a wonderful person to be around. It looks like they're set up in position. They still got a good 1 minute to go, so they can afford to take their time here. Too Easy almost ready with his ultimate, but they're just shelling down this Reinhardt barrier, trying to get their Reinhardt set up for a crucial Earth Shadow. Of course, Dynamond is going to be looking to return it in kind with his own Earth Shadow. And oh my god, they haven't given them the time. Carnifex slips out the side, manages to get a kill for himself, but Pippo returning the favor. Pippo with the nano boost. Can he find the kills though? He hasn't got one yet. There we go. Finally, Reinhardt goes down, and it looks like this might be enough pressure for them to start taking the point, but no! Crystal Gecko on Fighter. The mining dealing so much damage. Fighter, especially with that whole hog in that tiny room, manages to kill everyone, and there's only 30 seconds left on the clock. We're 25 seconds down. It's ticking down ever so closely. They've got to get a Tracer, I think, to contest this point.
Wow, they need to get on there. They got 20 seconds, and it is a long way from the spawn, but Too Easy is coming over whole hog. They have got... Oh, he's hooked Carnifex, but he can't finish him off. Oh no, that could have been the game changer. This may be going to a draw. What are we going to do?
I have no idea, but the frustration very, very apparent on his face. They've got to get to the point, guys. You've got to make it there. You've got to try and get to it. If you don't, then that's it. We've gone to a tie, I think. From what I understand, yeah, I imagine that says draw in Italian.
I imagine it does as well. Both teams only on 5 points, so of course we do have a draw here, but we do have another map to play. So we might still have a 2-0.
I had no idea what the word in Italian for draw is.
What was it?
It was Paragigio, apparently.
To be honest, I saw it out of the corner of my eye, and everybody says "prego" to me, so I just assumed it said that.
And we have a play of the game here from Ghost, I believe it was a lifesaver. Oh my lordy, Earth Shatters and then charges the nano boosted Reaper. And if there's any lifesaver play of the game you want, it's probably that one where you kill one of these key DPS pieces. But Ghostin also doing so much damage, so important there on that push, managing to land so much damage here. No idea what we're doing for the tiebreaker, guys, until someone tells me otherwise. I imagine we'll just keep going forward and seeing what happens. But yeah, here you can see, I think that is Too Easy's team. No, I think that's Carnifex's team actually we're seeing on screen right now. Unfortunately, I can't see which pro it is. As I think he's just to the left of the camera.
I think so. That was also exciting. I've completely lost where we are within the map pool. Which map number was that?
That was map number 1.
That was map number 1. Okay, so we've still got 2 maps in the pool to worry about. I think we'll worry about getting to the end of the 3rd map before we find out if there's going to be a tiebreaker of any kind, because right now we may not even need one.
And
hello, we'll see what happens.
I am looking at you, Twitch chat, and someone's commenting on my Italian pronunciation. Yeah, my language skills aren't too great. Don't worry, anytime I try and speak a foreign language, I just try and speak it as badly as possible. There we go, just giving the camera a look, just giving it a stare. Hello, friend.
Just giving it some blue steel. Oh no, now he's trying to talk to us.
But here we are in the lovely, lovely Cathedral of Gaming here at the ESL Cathedral. Here in the Lucca Comics and Gaming Convention. It's such a wonderful venue. Again, I can't describe it to you guys. I've taken a video of it myself. I might try and find a way to upload it when they do get home. If you want to see some pictures of it, though, you definitely go and check out Totally Futile at Totally Futile. Go have a look at that because he's uploaded a bunch of pictures, and it is a breathtaking venue.
It is. I got 4 or 5 pictures up on there now. Just go check out the last few photos that I've posted. You don't even have to follow. If you want to have a look, just go to twitter.com/totallyfutile and it will be there. Get a little bit of a better idea of just how amazing this place is. It is insane. It is no longer consecrated ground, so don't worry. We're not doing anything blasphemous. We're not going to bring the church down on us in any way at all. They're not going to be angry, although if the Pope showed up, I would love to have him play a game of Overwatch.
Absolutely, I would love to see what he picks and see what he manages. Judging by what I saw on the screen, so we might be going to probably a best of 3 on Nepal, and probably going from there to decide who won that first map. That is generally one of the ways that we do tiebreakers here. If you do a quick best of 3 on a King of the Hill map, it's a good way of just deciding who won that last match. His teams do get set up here. I'm curious to see what it's going to be. That might have been it from what I saw.
It could also be that they assign 1 point to each team, and if whoever wins the next one could win it, although that would be a little bit disappointing.
Yeah, that would be disappointing for us. I want to see this go all the way. And I'm looking forward to seeing these 2 players play against each other. Like, that was a very close series. Looked really good for Carnifex at the start there very early on. Got such a quick win there. I think it was just 2 minutes to take the first and second point, but then just slow down a bit, and there we are. We can see it in Nepal, so I do believe we are using the tiebreaker rule where I think it's a best of 3 on Nepal. No one's told us otherwise, unfortunately. Because we are the secondary stream here, we don't quite have any production in our ears, because the production would be in Italian.
Yeah, we could have it in our ears, but we wouldn't be able to do much with it, so unfortunately, because his pronunciation of foreign language is far better than either of our understanding of foreign languages. Sadly, being English, we only ever really learn to speak English, despite them trying to teach us French, German, Spanish in school. But sadly, it
doesn't stick to us. No, we are that complete stereotype. But it looks like teams have set up here and they have been let loose here on Nepal. I do believe this is the tiebreaker map. We have Too Easy on the Tracer. We have Carnifex on Tracer as well. So this is actually a duel I'm really looking forward to seeing. Too Easy is actually well known for his Tracer, one of the better Tracers floating around in Overwatch at the moment. Usually partners up with Shadowburn for a really fearsome combo here on these King of the Hill maps. So definitely one of the better deathmatching team with FaZe. Meanwhile, Carnifex from No Heaven, a little bit of an unknown team to a lot of players, but definitely plays about sort of that tier 2, tier 3 space. A lot of damage coming through back and forth. Dynamo going to go a good early charge, so removing Pippo, and that's actually going to be a huge, huge damage source gone for Too Easy's team. That's a Too Easy repaying the favor, getting rid of Dynamo nice and early, juking back and forth. Carnifex getting a lot of damage done though, managing to find target after target after target. Everyone is low, not getting healed up once more. Carnifex getting kill after kill after kill, and Carnifex's team take the point for the first time.
Wow, I'm so glad we were watching Carnifex through all of that, because that was some fantastic Tracer play. Extra incredible positioning and amazing tracking. This is the thing with these pro players. When you sit there and you watch them, you think maybe you've had a couple of good games of Tracer. When you watch these guys do things like that, it's absolutely astounding. Fantastic.
I love that series of blinks coming out of Carnifex. And one thing that was important as well was Fighter was doing so much damage, so they could do this. There's 2 people in that, 3 people in that. Carnifex getting a massive bomb and doing so well for his team there. They should have no problem cleaning up the rest of this fight. A decisive win there for Carnifex's team.
Wow, that was devastating. Too Easy is still alive, but he's probably going to be able to get out with his life, as Tracer is pretty slippery like that. Absolutely incredible play, although for Too Easy's team, this has got to be a little bit demoralizing. That's 2 fights down, and both of them have been decisive victories for Carnifex.
And what's going to be dangerous now is this is the danger when you're running the Beyblade comp and you have something like a Tracer as well, is that the Beyblade is going to be ready pretty soon for Carnifex's team. They have Nano Boost, they have Reaper almost on 80%. Meanwhile, Pippo is stuck on 50%, for example, so he's not going to have Death Blossom for a little while here as the teams do juke back and forth. Carnifex just shelling out a little bit of damage, waiting for his team. There we go, there's a vulnerable target. No! Pippo gets the Nano Boost, just blasts Carnifex away with that Hellfire Shotgun, but Crystal Gecko coming in at high speed, kills 3 people with that. Now the return from Pippo. Can he return the favor? No, he's getting knocked around, doesn't go down. Fighter cuts him out of the sky.
Wow, that's what we needed. Crystal Gecko needed me last game to be talking about the fact that he hasn't been living up to a few expectations, to come into this game and be like, all right, I'm going to show them how I do it. So he switched himself onto the Reaper and did some huge work there in that fight.
Absolutely, looking really good right now for Carnifex's team. Just 10% left on the clock. Too Easy has to get there, and he has to get there right now. Lethal Vector almost ready with the Graviton Surge, so if they can get that big combo going, it could be absolutely huge. Too Easy, oh man, that's so much damage in that single clip. There's the Graviton Surge. A lot of people caught up in it, but no bomb follow-up just yet. He's holding onto it, waiting for people to just come and reinforce him. But Dynamon snipes him out with a Fire Strike, and down goes Too Easy.
Well, with Too Easy down, I think that's going to be the end of this push, and it's going to be 99-0 in the overtime's ticking down now, and they're not going to be able to get onto this point. So that's going to be round 1 going over to Carnifex.
Carnifex looking so good on that map, and like massive shout out to Fighter as well, doing so much damage with that Zarya, building up ultimate so quickly, and being so pivotal in these engages. Very well played by Carnifex's team, and sort of demonstrating that, well, it's not so much which pro necessarily is better, but which pro has the more unified team, has a more coordinated team, and the average skill level of that entire team all coming together and making a big difference here.
Definitely. Now that these pros are drafting their teams from this stage onwards, and the teams will change up again before we even go into the final, it's going to give us a much better chance of having much more even teams. So it's not just going to be about which pro is better, it's going to be about which team can be better coordinated. Now, from Too Easy's point of view, that was a very decisive victory for Carnifex, so they're going to be a little bit demoralized heading in to this next round on Village. But they might be able to get themselves together and sort it out.
Yeah, Too Easy changing things up right now. He swapped off the Tracer onto the McCree, so going back to one of his old favorites, he might be looking to sort of eliminate Carnifex very, very quickly and try and get that good damage out. Current sniping away with the McCree. There we see him in the distance there, just trying to snipe away, but Carnifex staying a safe distance away, doing a lot of damage. Gecko goes in, eats a lot of hurt already though, and doesn't actually manage to get any kills for that. He's getting healed up a huge amount though by Anna. Anna already on 50% of her ultimate charge during that entire fight. Carnifex is pumping in damage, almost has a pulse bomb of his own, just juking back and forth, trying to dodge all the damage. This is still such a brawly fight. No one has gone down yet. There we see Reinhardt charging off into the distance. Reinhardt, mate, where are you going? The fight is the other way, but Too Easy snipes out Carnifex. That's going to be huge. Carnifex had the bomb ready, but he's not going to be able to use it for this fight. Meanwhile, the point is available, but ultimates are already going off. No one's taken the point at the moment. No one's actually gone and captured the objective, so they're still fighting over nothing at the moment. They're not moving on to the point. There we go. We see Too Easy starting to rotate towards the point. Maybe they're going to try and force it, try and take it immediately. Too Easy now has his high noon up the court in the Graviton Surge. There's the bomb. Carnifex gets the double kill, eliminates Too Easy during his high noon. Crystal Gecko now going in with that nano boost. Maybe this is just enough to flip this fight.
Wow, this has been an absolutely crazy fight. It's been going on forever, and it's not even over yet. Crystal Gecko's going in there with his nano-boosted shotguns, going crazy, but that is going to secure the point for them. That fight went on for so long. It was very pokey at the start, but that was very favoured for Too Easy's team. Carnifex's team are very much about close-range damage. Reaper, Tracer, they both need to get in fairly close range to do their damage, while McCree can do some good long-range poke, and it felt like Too Easy almost had the advantage, but then Carnifex came back from the spawn with a huge combo with the Graviton Surge and the Pulse Bomb to turn it around.
Absolutely. It felt like maybe Too Easy's team should have rotated more towards that control point, taken the control point and built themselves up a little bit of a lead on the board, force the enemy team to sort of come in a more predictable pathway. Maybe that's just me, though, just speculating. The beautiful hook coming out of Pippo there, eliminating the Tracer. There's been a big debate while we've been here amongst the pros about Tracer and Roadhog and how they counter each other in their interaction. There's a lot of banter going back and forth about who beats who amongst the pros, so it's interesting to see that every single time it happens. Beautiful Earthshadow, though, catches 3 people, but oh my lord, here comes the nano-boosted whole hog. So much damage coming out of the Pippo, but it might be too little too late. His entire team is dead. He's just being propped alive by that Anna healing. Of course, that is a lot of healing keeping him going, but I think right now he's just being a big ultimate sponge for Carnifex's team.
Wow, yeah, I almost feel like he shouldn't have used that take a breather. He probably should have just let himself die and not given Crystal Gecko another 300 health worth of ultimate charge on his next Death Blossom.
Absolutely. Carnifex's team looking real solid at the moment. Fighter's ready to go with another Graviton Surge, so it's looking good for him as they do start to advance towards the point once more. Too Easy going to be looking to get a good position for that high noon. He's very good at positioning it, but he's getting super low. Fighter just isolates him in the middle of nowhere and kills him without issue. Great Graviton Surge coming out. Doesn't quite have any follow-up behind it though, and it looked like Reinhardt was about to drop the hammer there as well, but just got charged out of it, so couldn't manage to do it. There we go, Fighter with a good Graviton Surge there, manages to isolate the Anna, and there's poor Pippo just held in place while the rest of the team just beats him down.
Well, at some point during all of that, Too Easy managed to flip the point over. I didn't quite see how that happened, but they were fighting on there. It's now gone back over to Carnifex.
Yeah, and he's building up a steady lead here as we approach the 60% mark. Carnifex looking good as well with the high noon available to him. They're also going to have the nano boost while Meta 94 just needs to catch up a little bit, but because it is Anna, of course, that 84% is going to build up nice and quickly to the full 100%. So going to be interested to see. That said, Too Easy with an early pick there, getting rid of Crystal Gecko. I believe he used his ultimate for that. Yeah, so he came in with a high noon, got rid of the Reaper. That's a huge damage source going down. Carnifex dropping dangerously low here. We have the duel of the McCrees. It is high noon, but not in the typical fashion areas. The McCrees just duel with their pistols, going back and forth, but it looks like they just managed to inch their way on onto the point here. Carnifex's team doing a good job playing for time, gets a double kill himself, finds a triple kill as well with his own high noon, and there we go. Too Easy finally gets rid of him, but it might be too little too late here as a lot of his team has already gone down.
Yeah, very unfortunate there for Too Easy. He does manage to take Carnifex out, but I think Carnifex has already done too much work. However, this fight is still going on. Got a Lucio bouncing up and down all day long against this Crystal Gecko. However, Crystal Gecko does not care. He's still going to point his shotguns in his face.
And kill him and clean him up nicely and wonderfully. There we go, 90% now on Carnifex's team. This could be our fast 2 over them and securing the win on the first map. I do believe that that is what we are doing, at least. That's what I'm going to say we're doing until I see otherwise. And we're just going to run with that. Tartex ready to go with a nano boost. I think I heard a nano boost going off. Who is that on at the moment? We can hear it firing off. There it is. It's on the Reinhardt, on Ghostin. Can Ghostin find the kills he needs? Crystal Gecko, though, got a return nano boost himself, dealing so much damage to that Roadhog. He's going to drop no time at all. Beautiful Graviton surge on the point, but again, no damage fallout. Fennec grabs everyone, but there's just nothing to kill everyone there, but too little, too late. It looks like Carnifex's team has managed to kill everyone in this very, very brawly engage here on Nepal.
Wow, incredible, incredible fight here for Carnifex. He's done very, very well once again to assert some good dominance over Too Easy's team, and I think that means he's going to get the point, and that's going to be the victory, as we don't appear to be going to another round. So that is just a best of 2 on this to decide who won the last map. Huge change on Carnifex's team. In fact, let's have a little look at this Tracer player of the game first.
I imagine this has got to be the Graviton Bomb combo at some point. Yeah, absolutely beautiful there. Just grabbed everyone up. No, I mean, it's so early in the engage as well. Fighter did so much damage in that first engage, built Graviton Surge nice and fast, and then just let Carnifex come in with an easy bomb there as everyone tried to charge in for that second engage. It's so important on King of the Hill. That first fight matters so much, and Carnifex's team definitely seizing the advantage.
Well, absolutely positive change up on Carnifex's team, shown there on the card screen at the end. The fact that the Zarya player and the Reaper player kind of swapped roles around, although Fighter wasn't necessarily playing Reaper, Carnifex was doing that. However, Crystal Gecko was playing the Zarya before, but they've switched him onto the Reaper, and he did some huge work during that game.
Now, at the moment, I can't quite remember what the second map was. I'm trying to cast my mind back to a while
ago. It's been too much going on. These games have been absolutely insane. I'm so glad that we've got to witness this and we've got to cast this. It's unbelievable.
It's absolutely incredible. There we go. Too Easy looking focused there. He's got to bring it back now, win 2 games in a row. This is a best of 3 here, ladies and gentlemen. A single elimination tournament as well. So this is the only chance they have. But they do actually, there is a little bit of a saving grace. We'll be running this tournament again tomorrow, starting at about 11 a.m. Central European Summer Time, so do feel free to join us there. I believe that's 10 a.m. UK time, and if you're in California, then it's 8 a.m. over there. If you're somewhere else in America, I'm sure, not 8 a.m., it's 2 a.m. over there, sorry. Confused myself because it's -8 from the UK, that's all I know. And I'm sure you can figure it out if you live in the US from there.
Yes, I am sure you can. I am terrible with time zones, so don't try not to feel too bad. I always get very muddled up. I tend to just tell them at British time, which at the moment is currently British summer time, so that'll be 9:30 for you guys, or 10 o'clock. And that is about all I know. We've got some serious focus going on right here. I wonder what is going through their heads.
So here we go. Looks like we're ready to load into the next map. This is going to be a surprise for me as much as it is for you guys. I'm curious to see what it is and how we're going to play out. It looks like Carnifex's team got the better of them there on the King of the Hill. So going to be favoring a more deathmatchy side. And it looks like, yes, of course, it's Route 66. We're talking about
now I remember.
Yes, of course. This is actually going to be interesting here because Too Easy, well known for his Tracer, well known for his McCree, not so much for his Genji. That said, I think Carnifex is pretty similar as well, favoring hit scan heroes. So going to be interesting to see. That said, Carnifex did so well with his Genji on Temple of Anubis. Could be a big advantage here, but it looks like he's opting for McCree at the moment.
That's right, Carnifex is opting for McCree and Too Easy on the red side, which will be the attacking side this time around. We have got Lethal Vector running the Zarya, goes in on Reinhardt. Too Easy bringing out a very rare hero so far this tournament, bit of Hanzo. Not the first time we see it, but definitely very happy to see something getting changed up a little bit here. And we got Nichiko on the Lucio, Meta on Anna, and Pippo on the Roadhog.
Pippo have been doing such a good job so far. Meanwhile, on defense, we do have Diamond back on the Reinhardt, Crystal Gecko, of course, with that Reaper. Fighter on the Zarya, Carnifex on the McCree, Put on the Lucio, and Tartex on the Anna rounding everything out. I mean, it's a fairly standard comp coming out of Carnifex's side. This is sort of, to me, a very bread and butter comp with a very standard lineup here. And actually a surprisingly calm comp coming out from Too Easy as well. We normally see like dive comps coming out here, stuff that you could really jump onto the point with. But instead we're seeing this Hanzo come out. He's going to sort of fish people out with the Sonic Arrow. There we go. Gets good vision. Actually gets a bit of damage down as well. But should be just spamming into that Reinhardt barrier. He's got to hope to get a couple of picks here. Got to get that barrier down as fast as possible and then open things up. My good friend ZP often calls Hanzo a feast or famine hero, and I completely agree with that. Sometimes he does absolutely nothing, but sometimes he's killing everyone.
That is right, and Too Easy is landing his shots right here, although Hanzo doesn't necessarily have the best DPS against the Reinhardt shield, although he's very good when he lands that headshots against heroes, but they're dropping down onto the payload.
Yeah, and it's looking super good for Too Easy's team right now. I think they managed to fish people down using Pippo's hook. I think I heard a hook connect, and at the moment, Ghosten is just going nuts, landing hit after hit after hit. Crystal Gecko dropping dangerously low there. Survives a little bit longer with the Zarya barrier, but will get sniped in the back of the head there by Too Easy's Hanzo, as he is just still shelling out all that damage. There we go, Sonic Arrow. They know exactly where this Zarya is. Zarya, no escape for you. You might as well just try and run. Nope, not going to happen, and this should be an easy pickup kill. No, she's still alive. She's still juking. There we go. No, it doesn't quite land. Actually fired off a Graviton Surge as well. I think that's a little bit ballsy here, but still alive, still fighting. Here comes the Dragon. It is the Dragon sated. Yes, it is. It finds Putt in the backline, and holy moly, how did Fighter survive that long? How has he kept this fight going? Fighter's still fighting. It's incredible.
Wow, absolutely incredible. 2 Easy arrows have been on point, but unfortunately not that many of them have been headshots, so he wasn't able to delete anybody there. Unfortunately, that Graviton Surge did seem like a bit of a waste, but it did seem to stall for enough time for everyone to come back. Maybe they could have done that without that.
I was about to be super critical of that Graviton Surge, especially as it was Fighter on his own, but he did manage to pick up the health pack, for example, and managed to sort of save himself there, keep alive and keep the fight going. I was expecting to get cleaned up, no problem, but just because they couldn't quite finish him off, well, then he could just keep the fight going. The reinforcements came in, managed to clean everyone up. They did lose the Lucio, of course, on the way to the Dragon Strike, but still not quite enough. Carnifex now in a good position for this high noon. Going to be looking to fish out some damage. Has to be careful though. Hanzo is trying to snipe out at him, make it very dangerous to do any peeking here against the Hanzo, for example. So it's very hard to sort of just poke your nose out and try and go for a few shots. We hear the nano boost going off. Carnifex getting a quick kill here, but Crystal Gecko looking for even more here. Does have the nano boost on him. Did manage to open up with a fast early kill here. Finally, looks like he's about to get Pippo. No, Pippo hooks him, but Carnifex saves his life and shoots down the Roadhog. Looking real good for Carnifex right now.
Wow, absolutely amazing. Great play by Crystal Gecko there. I'm really enjoying the fact that as we get deeper into this tournament, the level of play that we're seeing seems to be just going up and up and up. Absolutely fantastic. Let's see if Too Easy can come back. They've got a good few ultimates here, including the Dragon Strike Graviton Surge combo, which is absolutely devastating, as the Reinhardt shield will do absolutely nothing to protect against it.
Yeah, really, the only way you can stop that damage from killing absolutely everybody is by using a Transcendence. There is the Sound Barrier. It does manage to save people for a good while, but does still get enough damage around it just to get rid of the Anna. So the team just surviving by the skin of the teeth there with the Sound Barrier. And oh my lord, that headshot just stopping it. But Carnifex returns in kind with a triple kill from his high noon. It's looking so good for Carnifex's team right now. I thought they were right on the roast. No Dynamo saving the point as well, using that Earth Shatter and buying his team even more space. Carnifex's team looking super decisive right now. 50 seconds left on the clock.
Amazing. That high noon was so incredibly powerful. It blew out the contrast on the camera. Good work, Carnifex, and they carry on this hold. I think there's only one more push left in Too Easy this time around.
Yeah, guys, we do know that the contrast on the sort of the static camera is very bright. Just enjoy the sunshiny scenes. It makes you guys feel better and feel happier, no doubt, to see all these bright, pretty colors on the screen. Unfortunately, there's nothing we got at the English casting desk can do about that just yet. I imagine we could try and get it fixed for tomorrow for you guys to do set up for the next fight here. Just damage raining back and forward. These areas trying to build up as much as possible. Anna dropping a little bit low there, but does manage to keep herself alive and heal herself up. Carnifex just raining down damage from above, trying to do what he can, but Too Easy actually slipping around the back here. He's in actually a good position on the cliffside to the left. He's about to jump down, trying to engage with the fight, but also Fighter here, just raining death from above. Has a Graviton Surge ready. It might be looking to use it there, trapping everyone on the point. Pippo knocking everyone back at the moment. Too Easy not quite in position to do enough damage either. Pippo dropping low, misses the hook. Fighter just jumps to the left, survives it, and might be enough to clean up for the rest of his team.
Wow, absolutely amazing from Fighter there. He was left completely unchecked on the high ground, free to do whatever he wanted, throw out those barriers, throw out that damage, and just stop Too Easy from being able to get anything done. And that's going to be a first point hold for Carnifex.
Absolutely now. So for Too Easy, the question is, can they do exactly the same? They have to hold to that distance, and trust me, I think we're about to see the meter count. Yes, 78 meters, that's a big ask for Too Easy's team here.
Yeah, I will be very surprised if they are able to hold that. That was a very dominating performance from Carnifex's team. Once again, switching that Crystal Gecko, keeping them on the Reaper this time. But that switch, taking him off the Zarya, putting him onto the Reaper, has just paid off in dividends for this team.
Absolutely. Fighter definitely looking really good on Carnifex's team, especially as well. I want to put a highlight on him. It looks like they're changing it up as well. They're going for the dive comp, going for a very aggressive comp here. Going to be looking to just jump up on top of Big R's, get a ton of damage done, and get some early kills. If they can sig Fighter with Crystal Gecko, for example, going in, and with Carnifex going in, the damage on the backline can be so quick and so huge that it just takes everyone down. This is bread and butter Overwatch here on Route 66. Meanwhile, we see Too Easy with his team lineup. Again, fairly simple, using the Mei perhaps to try and stall people out as much as possible. Mei also very good if you need to reposition on this map. If your team is coordinated enough, you can get back to that high ground nice and fast. And if they try and use the tunnels, well, it's easy walls for you.
Yeah, I'm very excited about this. Not only are we going to see Too Easy on Mei, which I'm sure is tilting half the audience right now, but I'm very excited to see this. But not only that, we've got Pippo on the Reaper, and earlier today, Pippo was doing incredible work on this hero. Absolutely fantastic play. Big ultimates every time. I think I've only seen him get a 1-kill Death Blossom once. Every single one has been 2, 3, 4 kills every time, working so well with the Ana on his team and getting so much done.
But this is a huge ask, of course. We can't quite see it at the moment. The golden shiny box of joy, as I like to call it, which is just behind Big R's on the right side of your screen at the moment. They got to hold for so long. They have to hold for 4 minutes and make sure that the enemy team does not get a decisive team wipe. And again, I can't praise it enough. Like, Fighter, I really thought he was going to die there, but manages to get the Graviton Surge and keep his team alive, lets them reinforce, and basically might be the MVP so far for this map. I'm going to be curious to see, can Too Easy's team answer to that same caliber of play?
Yeah, big plays from the Fighter, although we'll see what he can get done on this Winston. And they're coming around the corner, and we should see it all explode in a couple of seconds.
Yep, here we go. Teams do start setting up. We're going to see this Winston jump in fairly soon, and Crystal Gecko trying to follow. There goes the Winston, gets the barrier on him. Lots of people dropping a bit low there. There's a healing grenade, keeping them up though. Too Easy actually following him down, trying to freeze him up, but won't be able to get back up quite in time here. Anna dropping dangerously low here. There should be an easy cleanup here for Crystal Gecko. Tartex though actually manages to get the snipe onto Pippo, so that Reaper damage is not going to be a big factor here going forward. Fido now jumping up, will be able to knock everybody down off the high ground here, scattering them to the winds, ladies and gentlemen, knocking them all over the place. Will get put to sleep though. That Primal Rage just done for a single moment. There we go. Finally, Crystal Gecko goes down to Too Easy. Too Easy buying a lot of time for his team. Trying to snipe out Tartex now with the Mei. There we go. Gets the Icicle kill on them now, going after the Zarya. But meanwhile, we're jumping on board with Carnifex here. He's got a Pulse Bomb ready. He's looking for kill after kill after kill. Too Easy ice blocked into the corner. There goes the Blizzard. There goes the bomb though. There's no saving from that. Oh my lord. There's a Blizzard on the point. This could be good enough for Carnifex's team.
There's nothing more satisfying as Tracer than sticking a Pulse Bomb to a Mei, although my personal favourite is dropping it under them while they're still in their ice block. Of course, he didn't have the chance to do it there, but Carnifex asserting his dominance on Tracer there, absolutely putting his team on his back and doing lots of work. But Zarya comes in.
Oh my god, they come back in time. Now Crystal Gecko draws the Dragon Blade. Can he find the kills that he needs to cinch it for his team? He's trying to chase down the Zarya, but of course the Zarya has the nano boost of their own, and the sound barrier actually keeping people alive for even longer. So a lifeline here for Too Easy's team as they do start to reinforce onto the point. Too Easy actually swapping onto the Tracer to get back there even quicker, but goes down to Carnifex. Carnifex actually hunting Too Easy down, removing him from the fight. Now what can Carnifex do here? How close is he to his ult? He's still a long way away. Beautiful outsider coming out. Pippo gets a great Death Blossom in there. Oh my lord, could this be actually happening? Too Easy is held in the exact same place that Carnifex was.
Well, there's Pippo with the plays that I was expecting out of him. Really clutch, huge Death Blossom, making it count and having to force Carnifex's team back to the spawn room to go for a little jog if they want to come back for this payload.
In this wonderfully sunny and colourful Route 66, which I'm sure you guys are all appreciating. It's just as much as I am trying to gasp from that wonderful haze of colour. It's a sunshiny day there in the United States of America. Too Easy duking back and forth, does have a Pulse Bomb ready to go, and will actually have the Graviton Surge as well. He might be looking to put it down. Does actually drop on the floor. No, Lucio! Lucio, no, you don't want to step on that. It's going to blow up, man. No. And down he goes.
Oh, that's going to be devastating. That hurts so much inside. Sometimes when that Pulse Bomb goes down, you just keep moving in the direction you are moving, and you assume that you're going to get away from it. But just wasn't meant to be.
And meanwhile, in the background, we have Pippo just on the right side of your screen there, dueling with the Winston. Fido actually managing to get away. Too Easy also looking to deal what damage he can. That's it. Carnifex going to be looking to get that Pulse Bomb combo with Dynamon, who's going to be ready any second now. And there could be a dangerous follow-up as well with Crystal Gecko almost ready with the Dragon Blades. They do start to set up. Too Easy getting a lot of damage done to Fido though. He's building up his own Pulse Bomb nice and quick. Fido has to run away, and he has to be very careful here. We see Graviton Surge coming out both sides. Crystal Gecko draws the Dragon Blade as well. Deaths on both sides. Carnifex and Too Easy both getting value over their Pulse Bombs. It's chaos, ladies and gentlemen, here. But Carnifex doing such good work here on the Tracer. We hear the Nano Boost going onto the Reinhardt. The Reinhardt was already low. He's getting cut down by Crystal Gecko as the dueling carries on back and forth. Crystal Gecko doing such a good job here. There we see Too Easy just juking around the payload. He's on so little health. There we go. Slapped in the face. Carnifex takes him down, but it's too late. Pippo is already back on the point.
Wow, incredible by Too Easy there, buying just enough time for Pippo to come back in and maybe get them back into this game.
Oh my lord, this is like the closest game of Route 66 I've ever seen. There's a pulse bomb on the tank. Carnifex gets rid of him. It's just one person left on Too Easy's team, and it's Anna juking around the payload. Tartex, can he land the shot? No, it doesn't need to. Carnifex comes in and cleans up. Can Too Easy stop this payload? There's 6 seconds left on the clock.
He's crouching
They can't
behind
see it. They can't see him. He's juking around the payload. Oh my lord, this is a tournament live here on the line here for today. Is his team reinforcing? Where are they? They should just be coming out right now. Pippo coming out.
Pippo.
And here comes the Winston as well, buying even more time. Winston trying to knock people away from the point, but Pippo's got to the point so far in the Reaper. No, you're moving away from him, man. It's getting capped. Here comes Lethal Vector, though. My voice is just dying at the moment. Oh, my lord.
Oh, it's literally there. They only have to get it another couple of inches and they're going to win this game. I mean, I don't think there was anything that Too Easy's team could do there, but man, did they give it all they possibly could. Absolutely amazing.
Ladies,
showing just how hard they want to hold on to this tournament.
Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever seen a game of Route 66 like that one? My lord, that went right down to the wire, but Carnifex has secured his spot in the final here with a 2-0 win over Too Easy. Well played to him, well played to Too Easy's side. Even though it was a 2-0, it was way closer than you'd expect. Carnifex, though, picks up play of the game.
Yeah, Carnifex played out of his mind. Let's see what he did here.
And oh, beautiful positioning here from the High Noon. Does eat an arrow to the gut, but doesn't matter because it's just in his stomach. He can take one of those. Can't take it to the head, but definitely can land a High Noon. Doing so much damage here. Lethal Vector going down in good fashion. Beautiful play coming out of Carnifex there. Good lord, ladies and gentlemen. What a match that was.
Wow, Carnifex there with 70% kill participation. He really did well. Now he doesn't necessarily have a team that he had to carry, but there were some moments in that game where he really did just put them all on his back and say, I do not want to lose this game. I do not care what it takes, even if I have to kill them all myself.
So